What's up guys, it's Darius, and today I want to discuss something that seems to be one of the few negatives coming out of the Destiny 2 reveal for a good amount of people, which is that there will be no dedicated servers. Well, I actually found that to be a bummer as well. Luke Smith, while being interviewed by Fireteam Chat of IGN, explained that Bungie would and had been taking steps behind the scenes in the matchmaking part of development to make sure it had fit the experience they were going for in Destiny 2. I wasn't sure what they meant by that, but I just kind of personally took it as, we realized we screwed up royally in Destiny 1 with matchmaking, and we're actually going to fix it this time in Destiny 2. Others with a sound mind probably took it that way too, and we were kinda right. Yesterday the This Week at Bungie post released, and it went into the whole experience of the team figuring out and going through the gameplay reveal. I really wish I could have gone, to be honest, but after I got over my dreams never coming true, I got to the best part of the This Week at Bungie post. And that's because it actually explains what Luke Smith meant by his comments on the servers and them not seeing it as something they should invest in. This interview was with Matt Seeger, sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly, the engineering lead on Destiny 2, and he gives us answers on what they've been doing exactly. Before I even get into this, let me just tell you that I am not in the slightest bit well versed in the topic of network connections and how they interact with different things that Matt references in this post, or at least I'm not nearly as knowledgeable as those who work with this sort of stuff for a living like he does. With that said, I've taken time to carefully look over this as many times as possible to try and simplify it for us simpletons. If you want to read exactly what Matt had to say for each of these questions, I'll link the This Week at Bungie post down below. Also feel free to correct me on anything I seem to butcher if you understand it better down below as well. Try and help us all out. For the first question, they ask him why no dedicated servers. He goes on to say that from now on, any activity taken part by you and everyone else will be hosted on their servers, so no more suffering from host migration during trials or raids. He also mentions that to further understand the difference, you should look at their Destiny 1 presentation they had at GDC. The main thing you need to know about Destiny 1 was that the matchmaking and hosting was peer-to-peer, which means that the server looks for a host in the world, and if they pick me, for example, everyone else that connects to the match that I'm in will either experience a good functional game or a bad functioning game with lag depending on my internet connection or by how far away I am from everyone else in the world. Destiny 1's matchmaking connections relied heavily on the player. He then explains that for Destiny 2's matchmaking, it's a different story. They're using a hybrid of a client server, aka private server, and a peer-to-peer technology like in Destiny 1. While the server will be in control of how the activity progresses, we'll still be in control of what we do. This basically allows us to feel as though we are directly responsible for our actions in-game immediately, while also benefiting from peer-to-peer and being able to do this no matter where we are in the world. They then ask, was this an attempt to save money on just getting private servers, to which Matt replies not at all, and that they've actually dumped a ton of money into trying to get this new hybrid to work the right way. They then go on to talk about Destiny 2 on PC and its network security measures, as well as this new hybrid not guaranteeing we'll see the end of laggy actions like bullets through walls and blinking across maps, but it is meant to reduce it as much as possible. They're trying to, quote, 1, make the game feel responsive, 2, make the game accessible to players all over the world, and 3, make the game fair for all. This summer, when we play the beta, is when they'll get a grasp of what they've done right and what they've done wrong with the new system, and then proceed to fine-tune it based on players' feedback. They ended by saying we'll learn about the date for the beta, quote, soon. Classic Bungie response. So to recap, while in Destiny 1 we didn't have private servers and used peer-to-peer hosting which relied on a single player's connection strength, in Destiny 2 we will supposedly have a cross between peer-to-peer and what you find in a dedicated server called client-server networking models. In turn, we should be able to play with all players around the world while not experiencing host migration and lag as much. And I want to stress that as much part because we'll have to see how this goes when the beta drops. Well, what do I think of this? Well, it's definitely something interesting, and it's most definitely more than just messing with the algorithm of matchmaking like they did in the past. They seem to have actually tried to find an alternative rather than just using an easy answer so that we can play anyone and it being stable and enjoyable. However, to be honest, again, we're going to have to see during the beta whether or not this is going to work and how well it does compare to the old way of matchmaking and connections in Destiny 1, and also the way private servers work in other games. Thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, go down down below and comment what you think of this new hybrid-like solution they have to the connection issues we had in Destiny 1. Do you think it'll be fine, or do you think they should have just gone with dedicated servers and called it a day? Again, if you guys heard anything that I might have misinterpreted and you understand it better than I do, please feel free to leave it down below in the comments as well so everyone can understand. A like would be appreciated, as well as a sub and a click on the bell button so you don't miss any new Destiny 2 videos coming in the future. Also, feel free to follow me on Twitter to keep the convo going on there with me personally and share anything you find interesting. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.